amazing resource persons. Over to you, dear students. Please take over. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Perfect, perfect. Carry on.
Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Good evening to one and all present, and I'm Anakhaji, and it gives me immense pleasure to host the session on soft skills for teachers. Now, let's start the session by invoking the blessings of God, and I invite Devika ji for the prayer service. Next, I invite Dean John Stairs for the welcome address.
Hello, Dean. Are you there? Dean, are you hearing me? Anaga, shall I welcome everyone?
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, I think some technical problem has happened.
So everyone kindly mute. Everyone is expected to keep audio mute. You can open the video. That's okay. So Anaga, shall I welcome? Okay. Hello friends. Warm welcome everyone. Now I have got a small duty today to give a short introductory talk. Let me clap my introductory talk and welcome together. This day happens to be an auspicious day, one of the best days of our lives, because this is a satsang with Dr. Uh, 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 our dearest Vidya Hari ma'am from Chennai. She is a very close friend of ours. She has been in our platforms many a time, and a great philanthropist, health specialist, dentist. Her firm is Smile. That is her firm in Chennai. In addition to her professional activities, she is very active in all the philanthropic activities, an exceptional life skill and soft skill trainer of international reputation. My students would be briefly introducing you. In spite of that, I would like to welcome today's guest of honor, dearest Vidya Hari ma'am. Warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, we have a galaxy of eminent teacher educators, research scholars, and esteemed delegates from different parts of the nation, and some may be joining from Gulf countries as well. Now, this day happens to be one of the best days of Martha's Training College because of your participation. Now, 178 are here. It would be great if you share the poster and the link to your students and colleagues and family. Let them also come and develop positivity, life skills, and soft skills. And today's topic is life skills for everyone, especially life skills for teachers. I would like to welcome all of you to this August assembly. Dear friends, everything matters, especially we are training our students for jobs that are not existing today. We are training our students for future jobs, AI related jobs. That's what they are going to do in future. We are training for some jobs which are not existing now. Still, we can ensure that they will pass everything in flying colors and they will accomplish great things in their career journey. Do you know how? Just give them skills, sharpen their skills, especially life skills and soft skills. Now, smile is the biggest word. Smiles is the biggest word in English because there is a mile in between the first yes and last yes. If you are smiling, you are telling many things. I love you, I like you, I respect you, your presence makes me happy. All these things are communicated by a simple smile. But what about a frowning face? We are telling something. Okay, don't come beside me. I am upset with myself. I don't like, I cannot predict even my behavior. Do you mind your business? To go to hell with you. That's it. That's what a frowning face tells. So soft skills are really important in families, in schools, in organizations, everywhere. We need positive people, people who are able to smile from inside, and it's really important. If an egg, if an egg breaks from outside, now the little creature would die. But if the egg breaks from inside and a tiny life, an outstanding creature is coming out, it's going to explore the entire world. Let's break um, uh, all our limitations and fly to the world of excellence with Dr. Vidya Hari. That's all from my side. I would like to wish all of you good luck. It would be great if you share the poster and the link with your friends and colleagues. And it would be great if you join tomorrow also for the talk on artificial intelligence by Dr. Vimal from St. Joseph's Trusnapalli. Thank you, everyone. Great times. Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words. And now it is my privilege to introduce the guest of honor, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer, ma'am. And Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer is a known name in both her professional fields of expertise, dentistry and psychology. She has over 500 plus seminars to her credit and has traveled to over 33 plus cities in India to impart her wealth of knowledge and wisdom. She has been a keynote speaker in state, national, and international forums. She is a soft skill trainer, NLP practitioner, strategic advisor, and growth accelerator with over 3 decades of experience and expertise. Her intellectual interactions include in teaching students of dentistry and psychology. She is a regular speaker at mental health webinar series, Emotional Cafe, Positive Health Healers, Tanua's Pyramid Spiritual Society movements, etc. She teaches students of diploma in counseling, diploma in child psychology, diploma in psychology and counseling, diploma in art therapy, diploma in counseling skills, diploma in relationship counseling, diploma in psycho competency tools and techniques, postgraduate diploma in child psychology. She is a favorite teacher for her delegates who instills the foundations of her subject with ease. Her ever smiling, radiant face and go getting attitude has won her fans all over the world. So it is my privilege and I am glad to invite Vidya ma'am to handle the session. Please, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect, ma'am. Perfect.
So, good evening to one and all present here. It's indeed a proud privilege for me. Thank you, Jojo John, sir, for this kind invitation. It truly means a lot to me. I think, when friends trust you and give you opportunities, to share your wealth of knowledge, it truly means a lot. Thank you, friends, Anaga, and the others who have been so kind enough to actually, take this session forward for your roles that you have taken up for this, particular seminar. So thank you so much, friends, and thanks to each one of you who have gathered here. There's more than 195 people, and I can bet you today we are all going to learn a lot of things together, right? Why do I say this, that we're going to learn it together, is every time I take a session, as much as I teach you all, I also get to learn, because sometimes facts have to be reiterated to us. And once you get reiterated, then it becomes very easy for you, because it becomes your second skin to follow it, right? So with those few words, I'm going to start the session. Please keep your questions coming up. I will be able to look into the chat box only at the end of the session. You're free to raise your hand at the end of the session and ask your questions, and I will be answering all your questions today, so there's not going to be any problem. So with those few words, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Just let me know once my screen is visible to all of you.
It's visible, ma'am. It's visible.
1 second, sir. I'll just bring it to the
Full screen. You can give it full screen.
Is it in full screen now?
Yes, perfect, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you so much, Jojo John, sir, and Mark Theophilus Training College, Trivandrum, and all of you. What a beautiful poster and what a lovely voice note Jojo John, sir, had made. Thank you for all those efforts that you have done to make this poster. It was very nice. There are a few disclaimers before I even start the session. Number one is those who will switch off the video and attend today, maybe you're doing something else as you are going to attend this session. Then you might not get the entire essence of the session, my dear friends. There will be those who will be physically attending this session only for the certificate. Again, this session might not be completely useful for you. Then there would be those of you who will attend and take notes. I will consider each of you as sincere students or sincere attendees of this seminar. Thank you so much. But there will be few of you or those who would apply these principles and grow. Though are those serious people who really want to bring a change in your life. And believe me, I was one among you, the number 4. And that is how my life changed over the years. And today I've been able to really bring a marked difference in my personal and professional life. So, soft skills, it is truly a game changer in today's world. I'm sure all of us have learned our hard skills, which is the core subjects that we take. In my case, it was dentistry. I completed dentistry in 1995 and I've been a practitioner since then. I've been a teacher and in the teaching industry from 1995, so it's almost 29 years that I've been in the teaching industry. So whatever I'm going to share with you today, believe me, friends, it's all taken from my experience of those 29 years, turned it into a success principle so that when it works for me, it works for every one of us, right? So if I can do it, all of us can do it. So that is what soft skill is about. And number 2 is many of us, or let me say in a class of say 100 or, depending on whatever your class strength is, all of us learn the hard skills, but we find after few years only few people shine in the world. So what are those nuances? What are those qualities that is going to help you and me shine are the soft skills, right? So let's ask few self-reflective questions. Number 1, who are you? I'm not asking your name. I'm not asking the family you belong to. I'm not asking you related to the profession you are. But who are you really? What is it that is inside you that makes you unique? What are you capable of? What are the things that you can really work around that you will mark a difference than your fellow friend sitting with you in the session today? What do you really want from this life? What is your purpose and what is it that you are really working towards to get the best out of your life on this earth? So just be self-reflective. If you're not able to get the answers for these questions right away, no worries. You can write it down and ponder upon them probably tonight or through tomorrow, just to help you understand. Because whenever I asked myself these questions, I realized that there was such a depth of things that I had to delve into to just understand why and what was my purpose in this life. So let's identify yourself. So always remember, friends, each of us are very special, right? So you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are important, you are special, you are unique, you are talented, and you are irreplaceable. So first identify yourself, right? I'm not asking you to compare yourself with anybody. That's not the idea of this session. But you need to identify yourself in what makes you unique when you start taking your class or teaching your students, right? So there are few success principles, and these success principles is what I'm going to share with you today, which is going to help you and enable you to actually take an exponential growth in your life. So, what exactly are soft skills? Let's understand that. Soft skills are basically personal attributes which are needed for our success. Now, when I say success, it means a holistic success. I'm not saying only in the professional front. I'm not telling only in the personal front. You need to have a overall development so that you feel comfortable and you love what you do. That is very important, and that is how you can define your soft skills. So when we say soft skills, we also talk about time management or self management. We talk about networking, we talk about teamwork, we talk about creative thinking, and also we talk about conflict resolution and a lot more. So we're going to actually explore each of these. Now, what is hard skills and what is soft skills? So, hard skill is something which I can teach you, which I can groom you into. If I say a professional has a 5 or a 3 year degree course, then I know through those 3 years we can groom you to become the person through the hard skills that you want to understand. Obviously, at the end of the hard skills, you're going to get a degree or a certificate. You're going to have a lot of information on various aspects of the core subjects that you and I choose. So, this is your hard skills. But what is soft skills? Soft skill is the people skill. I know everything, I know my subject, but how am I going to deliver it? Who is my target audience? How do I get work? How do I work along with my colleagues without hurting them? Even if I have to jump the ladder and move forward, if I can be respectful about my colleagues, they will always be my cheerleaders. If I'm going to bite them at the back and move forward, they're not going to be happy with my progress. They're going to pull me down at the next best instant, right? So, how do I communicate? When I say communicate, it means first intra communication, which is communication to myself, or I can say positive self talk, or it can be within my team, which can be an intercommunication with my small team, and then it is with the bigger or the larger association. It can be, in your case, the entire school, the complete organization. How flexible are you? How ready are you to adapt? Now, friends, just think about this 4 years or 5 years back before Corona. Sitting in Chennai, I wouldn't have even dreamt about coming and giving a lecture to all of you, right? But Corona happened. We got into the online mode and we were flexible, we were adaptable, we were aligned to the new developments, and thereby we have shrunk the world in true sense. Today, I can sit somewhere, you can sit at any place, and still we can communicate, and still there can be sharing of knowledge. Leadership. Leadership is a responsibility, it's a role, it is not a position, right? Which means you need to earn to be a leader, and that's very important. Next is teamwork. When I speak about teamwork, I'm sure you all know TEAM is an acronym which stands for Together Everyone Achieves More, which means you and I are a part of a puzzle, and when we put all of us together, we become a picture perfect. Next is time management. How are you able to actually do so many things in a particular day is a question which I get. And this becomes very important because until and unless we devote time sincerely to whatever we need to do on a daily basis, we will be hard pressed. And that becomes very important. So let's get into soft skills. Now, if I have to get into all the soft skills and help you all today, it is really going to take me a lot of time. But I am going to give you a few pointers so that today, at the end of the session, if you even pick up one point and start practicing for a week and thereby complete all the points for the next few weeks, I'm confident by the end of this year, you would be a changed person, right? So these are the various pointers for soft skill, and we are going to delve into each one of them with a little more interest into how that is going to be applicable to us. So what are the characteristics that is stopping you from going to the next level? What is it that you need to learn or hone or upskill yourself? What personal traits do you want to improve on? If all of us say we are perfect, then there is no room for improvement, friends. We are always working towards excellence, not perfection. So if I have to get better than what I was yesterday, I need to change some things which has not given me results, right? And what are your achievements so far? What is it that you are claiming yourself to be, and how have you achieved that? These are things that you and I need to ponder upon. So, the most valued soft skills are these 10 points: confidence, time management, self management skills, friendliness and manners, ambition, focus, common sense, situational awareness, enthusiasm and optimism, and empathy. So let's get started and look into each of these most valued soft skills. Number one is confidence. Now, what is confidence? It is that inner voice which tells you to keep moving on even when you feel you might not be prepared for it. So, how can you boost your own confidence? You can write down whatever you have achieved so far. That will itself give you confidence that okay, these are my strengths, and if I have achieved that, I can still move on and do more. Accept your limitations. We don't have to be perfect in everything that we do. There might be certain areas which we need more work, and if we know our limitations, we'll be ready to grow. Don't always should yourself. I should have done that. I should have done this. Don't do that. Gain some perspective of whatever you want in life, and always be on a creative mode. Try something new always. Celebrate your wins on a daily basis and practice positive self-talk. That is going to give you the inner strength to move on. Accept compliments. When somebody says you've done a good job, accept it with grace. Say thank you, right? And show others how to treat you. If you don't treat yourself well, if you are not well kept, then people will not be able to see eye to eye with you. And be kind to yourself. And the moment you feel you can't do it, remove the T, so you will get the word I can do it. Always say that I can do it. I am worthy of it. I deserve it. These are the things when you keep saying and professing it over a period of time, you will be developing your self confidence. Next, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue. That's what Walt Disney said. And Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So be a big dreamer. Dream and make your dreams come true. Work towards them so that you don't give excuses. How do you develop confidence? You visualize your confidence. Keep saying about it, keep thinking about it. Fill your life with motivation. See what are the nuances that you can pick up from your everyday life. Say yes more often. Whenever somebody gives you an opportunity, find ways to do it rather than saying ways or finding reasons not to do it. Create and embody an alter ego, which means don't think, oh, I'm so great. The moment you go into that mode, you will start distancing yourself from people, and that's not a good way. You aren't nervous, you're just excited. You need to control or manage your excitement. Create a power playlist, which means what are your strengths and how are you going to work around that. Celebrate your wins and focus on your strength. All of us have our weakness which we need to hone, but always focus on your strength, and that is how it's going to give you your success. Posture matters, so learn your body language, see how you sit, how you hold your head, how you move your head. How are you confident in trying to stand up and talk to people? Smile. That will actually reduce the distance between people towards you. And dress the part. So you have to have your dress in a sense that you need to dress for success, right? Believing in yourself is the first secret to success. So unless you believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. So self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, that's where magic starts to happen. So if you see or hear people saying, you know what, miracles happened in my life. You know what, magic happened to me. Just believe that, they started believing in themselves, and that's how they started attracting magic in their lives. So believing in yourself, and then you will be unstoppable. Next is time management. Now, how do I manage my time? Every day you have a to-do list. So first, before you go to bed tonight, write down what are your to-do list for tomorrow, right? And prioritize them. Know what you need to do at the correct level at which you need to do. Set a time limit for them. Take breaks in between tasks so that it helps you and keeps you alive, it keeps you agile, it keeps you creative. Organize yourself well, your table, the place you work, your house, your clothes, everything, so that you can really work on the dot. Remove non-essential tasks, things which you can delegate or designate to people. Don't have a micromanagement kind of an attitude. Give people responsibilities and shoulder that responsibility along with them so that they feel they have achieved something. And plan well ahead. So these are the 4 Ds that you need to follow. Things which you want to do or you have to do it. Things which you think you can delegate and you can have somebody else do it for you. Ask them to do it. You can monitor it. Things you think that you can defer or you can put it for a later date, you can defer them. And things which is not going to be to your fruitfulness, delete it from yours. And believe me, at today's social media can come under that category where you can actually delete it, because most of us spend more than 2 to 3 hours on social media trying to impress people who really don't care about us, right? So your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. And procrastination is the foundation of all disasters. That's what Pandora Koikilos said. So don't say, I will do something tomorrow. If you can, do it now, should be your slogan. I'm sure you must have gone through this Eisenhower matrix, which says you can divide your work into urgent and important. So, first will be it is urgent and important. Second, it will be urgent but not important. Third will be it is important but not urgent. And fourth, it is not urgent and not important. So you have to actually work on those four quadrants to help you understand whether you need to do it, you need to delegate it, you need to defer it, or you need to delete it. I'm sure you would have heard about this bestseller called Goals. This book is something which changed my life, friends. And if you can get hold of this book, please do so. I was fortunate enough to be a person 14 years back who gave up on a few things to gain a few things. I gave up reading everyday newspaper because it did not carry any positive news. If I had to get my current affairs done, I just needed to read the headlines and that would be enough. If I have to give up going through the television, it really helped me because I found time to read books. And these books really help you to, understand yourself and maximize your potential. So as Brian Tracy has given a beautiful title, How to Get Everything You Want Faster Than You Ever Thought Possible. Don't you think that caption itself is so catchy? Go and get into this book called Goals. So, when you set goals and when you don't set goals, what really happens in your life? When you set goals, friends, you have a purpose in life. You can exactly plan yourself, you can work towards it, you can put your action into place, you can stop procrastinating so that you will start getting results. Once you start getting results, appreciate yourself for your tiny victories so that you can get massive success. And that is how you would become successful. But if you don't set goals, you will not know what you're doing tomorrow. Thereby, another day would pass, another week would pass, another month, and slowly you would realize 2024, which you said Happy New Year in the beginning, now you're going to say Happy New Year to 2025. So it's very important to set goals on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, and on a yearly basis. Once you do that, mark your success, and that's how you will be able to achieve them. And once you do that, you will feel you're always in momentum, right? Next is the self-management skills. So what is self-management? Many people say we all have only 24 hours. Then how does someone else find time to do so many things whereas we don't? Only thing that we need to work on is you need to start managing yourself. Number one, once you start doing breathing and relaxation, your mind would be calm, you'll be able to focus, you'll have a lot more clarity on what you want to do. So, for all those people who are in anxiety prone or stress prone, you can just do simple breathing exercise and relaxation and thereby get focused. You need to emotionally heal yourself. What do I mean by that? There would be so many core beliefs that you and I carry. People would have said something, oh, you can't do it, oh, you're not good for it. Or you would have had somebody tell you some nasty things about yourself and you would have started believing in it. Because you've believed in it, you're not able to move forward. Friends, get hold of an emotional healer and start erasing all of this from your mind. You can do it. As I told you in the beginning, you are precious, you are unique, you are the best. Believe in that and then move forward. Next is to be self motivated. Be a very good friend to yourself. Nobody is going to sit and pat your back if you can't do it for yourself. So always be ready to be the first cheerleader for yourself. Say positive things to yourself on a daily basis. Be kind to your inner mind. Be kind to your soul and thereby appreciate yourself. And only then you will have an inner drive to move forward, and thereby whatever you do will become a passion for you. Last but not the least, your physical well being, your relationship with your body. Many people get into a body shaming act. Oh, I am tall. Oh, I am short. Oh, I am dark. Oh, I am fair. Oh, I am fat. Oh, I am thin. Stop being that way to yourself and to others around you. Accept yourself the way you are. Be happy in your own skin. Yes, if you're overweight and you want to reduce, take actions for that. But you don't have to criticize your body for that, right? Develop positive relationship with food. I have seen many people who say, oh, I don't like eating sweets. I love them, but then I'm not supposed to eat because even if I smell this sweet, I'll start putting on weight. No food is good or bad, my dear friends. Anything eaten in moderation is always good. So develop a positive relationship with food. And always, if you have a task and you know the task is a little bit lengthy and of importance, try to break it down and try to make it simple for you. So even the complex of the situations, you will be able to solve it. And be very positive with a real vision or farsightedness and develop your new habits which will help you, enable you, and upskill you so that you can grow well in life. Next is self management. Once you start setting up goals, friends, make a plan. Now, this is something which you need to do it yourself. If you need help, we are there for you. But initially, you make a plan for yourself, an action plan, and put it in a way that you can achieve it. So, there will be 3 plans. Number 1 plan, okay. There is some disturbance. It would be nice if you can switch off your audio, because if you switch off your audio, you will get an unadulterated recording. I think thank you so much, friends. Can the organizers please mute the
Sir, please mute that person.
Can the organizers mute the person? Or you want me to continue?
मैडम आप ही इनको म्यूट कर दीजिए, म्यूट ऑल का ऑप्शन है उसमें।
रिया, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी, मेरे को ना ये प्रेजेंटेशन दोबारा
One second, we'll mute that person now.
திருப்பி ஒரு அம்மா நீயும் அண்ணா வச்சு எவ்வளவு செலவு உங்களால ஓட்ட முடியாதுன்னு நீங்க புரிஞ்சு போச்சா? பிரதமர் உங்களுக்கு திருப்பி ஒரு 4 கேள்வி கேட்க உங்களால பதில் சொல்றீங்களா? பாயிண்ட் கேட்க நான் கேட்கற சிம்பிள் பாயிண்ட் கேனா சொல்லுங்க. நீங்க சீஃப்னஸ் ஆன ஒரே வார்த்தை எதுக்கு அதான் நீங்க கூப்பிட்டு 14,000 கோடி இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் கேட்குறீங்க. உங்களுக்கு அதான் நிக்கா பிரச்சனை.
अरे बाबू सर,
मिस्टर रेवंत रेड्डी,
I'm not able to mute him. Is it okay? Can I continue?
yes madam, please continue, please.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's
Madam, please continue.
Okay, I think I'll continue because
It's okay now, ma'am. Carry on.
yeah. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Please
No
continue,
worries, no
ma'am.
worries. I also organize a lot of things, so I know what it happens behind the scene. Just give me a second. One of you just unmute to tell me if you're able to see my screen completely.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I was just saying that you need to set a goal, and then you need to make a plan, and then you need to put your actions there. So I said you need to make 3 plans. That's where we stop. The first plan is a plan which you can believe in yourself. For example, if I'm telling that, see, I'm not been walking for some time and I decide to walk. Okay. So I set a plan saying, okay, I'll walk for 2 kilometers today. Now, this is something which I feel, okay, I can do it. I can make it possible. So I know I can go and complete my 2 kilometers today. The next would be, okay, if I can do a little more and stretch myself, maybe I can go for 5 kilometers. 2 kilometers is something easy, but 5, okay, let me push myself and go, and I tread and get that done. But one of my friends would have said, you know what, I do 10 kilometers. So now it is like, okay, now let me see if I can do that 10 kilometers. So I'm going to really stretch myself and do that. Now, friends, so the first goal for you is your achievable goal, which you know you can achieve. It's 2 kilometers. But you know what will happen when you just set your goal for that? There will be no thrill in your work, because before even you started, you knew that you're going to anyway achieve it, right? So you will be complacent when you do that goal. Next is when you say, okay, let me do 2 kilometers today, but tomorrow, if I'm able to do 2 kilometers today comfortably, I'm going to work for my 5 kilometers. So now you have started stretching yourself. You've started believing in yourself, and you have started understanding that you can actually do more than that 2 kilometers. So you'll start pushing yourself. And imagine you've done the 5 kilometers with ease, with elan. Now you would say, I think when my friend can do that 10 kilometers, I can also do the 10 kilometers. And maybe in a week's time, you're touching that 10. And that is how you need to go reach your goal. And once you've reached your goal, don't get complacent again. Put on the next goal and keep achieving more and pushing yourself, widening your horizon and moving out of your comfort zone, and then achieving for greater success. I'm not sure how many of you have heard this term called 10x. This is how people start earning 10x. So they say, now tell me how much salary do you want? Imagine you're all saying, okay, I want a 50,000. Now imagine 10x of that. So 5 lakh salary for a month. Oh, wow. That's a dream come true. Then what is the work you think you have to put in for that 5 lakhs? Nobody is just going to give you that money, friends, right? You'll have to put your, day and night together to get that money. So what are the skills that you're going to upscale yourself? What are the things that you're going to sharpen so that you get the best tool to get yourself there? And that is how people move from where they are to a 10x figure, right? So this is how we need to self-manage ourselves. So, friends, write down what work you have every single day, the previous night itself. So tonight, I have to write down what are the work I'm going to do tomorrow. Then you prioritize that work and score it down when you have done it. There's no satisfaction which you would get when you actually score out that you have done that work. And before you know, within a week's time, within a month's time, you turn back and you see you will see how much more you actually have done than you ever thought. So use this tip. This is something which I've been following for over 25 years. And I can tell you, wherever I have reached today, I'll show you at the end of my presentation, I'll show you, my achievements. And if I can do it, friends, you can do it, right? So this is what Mahatma Gandhi said. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts will become your words. Keep your words positive because your words are going to become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior is going to become your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits becomes your values. And keep your values positive because your values will become your destiny. So can you imagine from inside, from your thoughts, how what you can become outside, that the world will celebrate you, is what you and I can do it for ourselves. So speak what you want, friends. Don't say, I don't think I can do this. Say, I can do it. I have to be on time. Say, I am on time always. And that is important. And your words are seeds. So what do you want to sow? That is what you're going to reap. If you're going to say, I don't have time, that is what you're going to reap. You will never have time. Say, I am going to have time for the things I consider priority in my life. So say that and work towards that. And plant and nourish your seeds, my dear friends. So these are the basic things that you need to know in the law of sowing and reaping and harvesting for yourself. As Julian said, all management starts with self-management, which is the definition of intentions, actions to be taken, and quantifying of those actions. So it's about what you think, what you do, and what you monitor so that you have moved from the spot that you started. So this is important. There is no such thing as time management. There is only self-management. As I told you before, all of us have 24 hours. What you and I do in that 24 hours only helps us reap success. Next is friendliness and manners. Friendliness is about being kind to your friends, being nice to people around you. It could be the sweeper in your organization or it could be the CEO. It really doesn't matter what designation they hold. But if you're kind to people, honestly, you would see that you would be considered special in their eyes. Say thank you. Say I'm sorry. Say excuse me. Say please, because good manners cost nothing. And whatever can be your designation, always stay humble. And who else can I give an example but Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir? What a human being he was, and what a lifestyle he lived. What a kind of legacy he has left for you and me to follow. You can think about all those anecdotes he had, and what all life lessons that we can learn from a person who said dare to dream, and also was the most loved resident, was the most fondest person, fondest teacher, fondest co-worker and colleague for all the organizations that he held posts with. Behavior is always greater than knowledge, because in life there may be many situations where knowledge can fail, but behavior can still handle it. So always remember, friends, real education is your behavior with others and not your status, because nobody remembers your marks or degrees or designation on your death. People will remember you only the way you treated them, only you, the way you spoke to them. It's not about the expensive clothes you wore, the expensive houses or cars or gadgets you owned. It is how special you made the other person feel. So human behavior is very important. I can go on and that, and behavior is like an iceberg. What we see is just the tip of the iceberg. What we don't see is a lot more. So once people see that you are behaving well, whatever can be your feelings or uncertainty, needs, thoughts that you are perceiving or processing inside your mind, if you are able to emotionally be intelligent, what we call the EQ, that is what is going to be your skills to manage people outside. Focus, focus, and focus. If your eyes are not on the prize, you will have to pay a heavy price. I hope you got the joke behind it and the lesson. You have to focus on the PRIZE, otherwise, you will have to pay a heavy PRICE. So you need to learn the art of focus. Starve your distraction and feed your focus. And this is very important. Every time you take up work, if there is a notification which is telling you to distract yourself, say no. Once I complete the work, that's when I touch my cell phone. Starve your distractions. When you have a plan for your physical health, you don't want to take up sweets because you're diabetic, say no to it. Say that is not something that I want or my body is going to take it. And learn or turn yourself towards healthy food. So focusing is about saying no when you understand what you're saying no to. This is what Steve Jobs said. As Wayne Dyer said, give yourself a gift of 5 minutes on contemplation in awe of everything that you see around. Go outside and turn your attention to the many miracles around you. This 5 minute a day regimen of appreciation and gratitude will help you to focus your life in awe. Learn to say that I am grateful. And I say this every single day. Before I get out of my bed, before my feet touch the ground, I first say, thank you, God, for giving me the breath of life today. I bless my entire day and the assignments. So today, the session I'm taking for you, I had blessed it in the morning because I know I have to get across to you. And that is very important. I had to bless all the work that I had today because each of that had a way of making my life or my day a better day today. So this is something which I have been practicing, and by making it a practice for yourself and thereby a habit is going to completely change you and your life. Next is ambition. Now, ambition is actually something that you are not going to take a no for. You're going to work hard. You're going to be totally disciplined and dedicated towards it. You're going to be fully focused, and you're going to be knowing how to handle your failures, because there would be a stepping stone, there would be a roadblock, there would be a speed breaker, but you can either detour and reach your goal, or you can give up. So never give up is an attitude that you need to develop. And that is what will drive you towards ambition. When your ambition is big, then your efforts should be even bigger. It is not like, oh, I tried everything and I got this mark. That would not help. Do everything till you get the mark. That is what it's about, right? As Jay Lin said, ambition beats genius 99% of the time. So you can be a prodigy, but if you're not going to work hard, then a person who's going to work hard, is going to be ambitious, is going to supersede you and go away. So ambition, the next stepping stone is knowledge, and skills is what is going to give you the success. That's basically a stepping stone for you. So how do you see yourself in the next 1 year? Write it down, my dear friends. How do you see yourself in the next 5-year plan? The government will have a 5-year plan for the country, but what are your 5-year plans for yourself, for your family? What do you want to achieve? Have you written it down? And what is the price you're ready to pay today for the price tomorrow? Be very mindful about what exactly you're looking for. Common sense. Common sense is like a deodorant. The people who need it the most never use it. We say common sense is commonly uncommon in common people. I hope you've heard this, right? So, this is very important. There are some things money cannot buy, like manners, morals, and common sense. So, this is something that you and I have to develop as a skill. So, common sense is so rare these days, it should be classified as a superpower. So, this is something that we all need to really develop. This is a story, and I just want to share a small story to break a little more ice. There was a temple, and in the temple, in a city, they were going to renovate the temple, and they wanted to have a new goddess, getting set there. So they went to a sculptor who was actually, making many other statues. So the entire village goes up to the well-known sculpture and says, "We want you only to do the sculpture." So he said, "Okay," and then he started doing, the statue. And as he kept doing it, he saw through the stone the beautiful goddess coming out. He was so excited and he started singing words of praise in the name of the goddess. After he completed the entire statue, that night he was so overwhelmed. His eyes were swelling in tears. He was so happy that the goddess had come to life. He had seen and taken all that effort to bring the best of the best expressions on the goddess's face. And with that, he paid his first prostration to the Lord, and then he went to sleep. In the night, all those pieces of the rock which had shattered from the statue was lying down. So one of those pieces spoke to the goddess and said, "You don't have to feel so proud about yourself. You and I are the same." When the sculptor, said praises of you, it also means he praised us. The goddess smiled and she told those broken off pieces, she said, "All those praises are for me, my dear friend, because when he took those stones and the chisel to hit me, I silently bore that pain, and thereby I am standing like a statue today. I didn't give up. I didn't fall off from the main rock like you did." So remember, people who are going through the biggest challenges of their lives right now are actually allowing God to chisel them to make them better. So then what happened was, in that same village, there were two stones, one in which the goddess was made, and the other one. The villagers had gone to the other rock also, asking the rock to please be ready to chisel themselves. But that rock said, "Oh no, I don't want to get that chisel on my body. It would hurt me. I would go through pain." So when the villagers went to the second rock, the rocks agreed, and that's how the sculptor made that rock into the beautiful goddess. The day came when the goddess was going to be, put in the temple, and with all the pomp and splendor, they had taken the goddess to the temple. At that time, they were all searching for a place to break the coconuts. This time, none of them asked the rock, are you going to be the place where we are going to break the coconuts? So, friends, understand, if we are not ready to allow God to chisel us on a daily basis to make us a better person in life, believe me, we all would become like the second rock, where every day we would have something or the other being thrown at us, and we'll have to accept all the pain for the rest of our lives. Situational awareness. Levels of situational awareness is when you are unaware first, then you're situationally aware, then you recognize the threat, and then you take action. I'm sure you all would have heard about the hare and the tortoise story, and all of us would have listened to that too. There was a tortoise and a hare. They were both planned for a race. They both started at the same time. In a few minutes, the hare was so far away, closer to the destination, but then he thought, the tortoise is already slow. Let me take a nap. And as he took the nap, slowly but steadily, the tortoise walked towards the finish line, and that's how we got the moral of the story saying, slow and steady wins the race. But if you listen to the other versions of the same story, you would understand about situational awareness. The next time, the tortoise and the hare had another run. This time, the hare said, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to make a mistake like last time. Both of them started. The hare ran all the way with all his might, and obviously, he came first and leaving the tortoise miles behind. So, if you thought slow and steady wins the race, change it. Fast and consistent also wins the race. That was not all. The tortoise thought for a long time and then realized that, see, my strength is that I can walk on the ground and go in water, whereas the hare cannot do that. He understood his strength, and thereby he said, come on, let's go for another race. But this time, I will tell you the route. So he said, okay, both of them started. The hare this time also did not stop. He went as fast as he could. But when he reached the river bed, he knew he did not have that strength to go across the river. And there, even slowly, as the tortoise reached the river bed, he was able to ace through the river and move to the finish line, which was at the other side of the river bank. So understand your strength, my dear friends. Stop comparing yourself with your friends or neighbors, because each of us have a hidden potential which we need to withhold, and we need to recognize and outshine others. For the fourth time, the hare and the tortoise became friends and said, let's work as a team. Let's take up situational leadership and start working. They said, on the place that you run fast, you carry me. On the place when you can't, I will carry you. So this time, the hare carried the tortoise on the land. In the water, the hare sat over the tortoise, and both of them finished the race together. And that is what situational awareness is all about. So it's very, very vital that you and I identify our strength, identify the strength of our friends, of our colleagues, and thereby bring about the best in ourselves so that together we can make our organizations proud. So, are you ready? Are you ready to evolve? Are you ready to transform? Are you ready to chance yourself? Are you ready to change? Are you ready to pick up the right choices? Are you ready to get better than what you were yesterday? Are you ready to get stronger? Are you ready to achieve? Are you ready to get bigger and better than what you were yesterday? Are you ready to live life again, but on new terms? So, this is very important. And as you all know, the time is ticking, and this time will never come back in our lives. So, we need to definitely work on ourselves, because soft skills is something which you, I, everybody need to do, need to perform, need to evolve, need to work on ourselves so that we can be a better person tomorrow. As Hershey Blanchard situational leadership theories goes, is what I explained to you right now. And this is very important because we need to develop ourselves on a daily basis. What is fear? Fear is forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours, my dear friends. If you want to face everything and rise, then that's how you can transform. So let your dreams be bigger than your fears and your actions be louder than your words. Next is enthusiasm and being optimistic. Knowledge is power, I agree, but your enthusiasm is infectious and that can pull the switch. So be happy. Let people wonder what is that makes you so happy and optimistic than the others. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Believe me, you and I wouldn't have been born if our parents didn't get excited and were not enthusiastic about each other, right? Empathy, last but not the least, is very important because if we are empathetic, we can have better communication. Empathy is an acronym where E is for eye contact, M is for the muscles of facial expression, P is for posture, A is that effect and the effect that you can give for people. If you have read this book called Everybody Communicates, but Only Few Connect by John C. Maxwell, you would understand that you would have attended many, many seminars in your life, but there'll be only few of them which would have touched your heart. And I hope this seminar is one among them. Your tone of voice, the way you modulate them, the way you raise your voice and lower it, that would give a thrill to your audience and your students to listen to you better. Hearing, listening is very important. Be a good listener because when you listen, people hear you more. And give your response. Be ready to respond, not react. So, this is the book which I was telling you. John C. Maxwell's Everyone Communicates, but Few Connect. So, this is very, very important. And these are the 5 principles he speaks. Connecting increases your influence in every situation. Connecting, focusing on others. Connecting goes just beyond words. Connecting always requires energy, and connecting is more skill than just natural talent. And as Dale Carnegie said, knowledge isn't powered until it is applied. Apply whatever you've learned today. As I told you in the beginning with the disclaimer, you need to be the number 4 person who is not only going to be serious and sincere, who's going to apply this so that they're going to make a transformational change in their life. A diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handles stress exceptionally well. So, are you a diamond in the making? If yes, then subject yourself to all those tests that your body, your inner mind, your mental makeup has to make today. So, another beautiful book, The 5 Ancient Principles of Leadership. So, this is a book by Jack Myrick. I would appreciate it if all of you can actually go through the book. I'm just giving you snippets to help you get the taste to actually go and read this book. There was a ship maker and there was a person who was actually making the ship, and there was another person who was actually the ship owner. And this is the 5 principles of leadership which he got every week to hone so that he could get them done. So make everyone in your team feel appreciated. That's very important. See their potential, not their flaws. Very important. Lead with authority, not power. Number 4, love them first. And number 5, make them feel that they are part of something super special. These are the 5 ancient principles of leadership Do read this book to understand the entire parable completely, because that's going to change your life. Yes? So, interpersonal skills is not only about your verbal communication, it is also about your non-verbal communication, your negotiation from person to person, your persuasiveness, the influence or the positive touch that you can have with people, your critical thinking, problem solving skills, decision making, assertiveness, and your teamwork. So, success is definitely a teamwork, my dear friend. Learn, practice, and improve yourself to become a better version of yourself. As the small child went to the wise man and asked, "Tell me, sir, in which field can I make a great career?" The old wise man said with a smile, "Be a good human being, my dear child. There is a lot of opportunity in this area where there is very little competition." So I am going to leave you with these four thoughts for today. Who am I teaching? What am I teaching? How will I teach? And how will I know if my students understand? If these are the thoughts that every teacher has in their mind, I bet you would be the best teacher on earth. Wishing all of you great success, as teachers are not defined by their lessons plan. They are defined by their passion. Be passionate, give it all you can, and thereby you'll make a difference, an indelible mark in all the hearts of the students and the delegates that you will be teaching. These are few of the testimonials which my students over the last 29 years have left for me. Each of their words has been so special for me, because that has given me a boost to work even more harder, to really excel in the way I can share my knowledge with all of them. Each of them from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, when they express their gratitude towards me, I feel overwhelmed. I feel blessed that my life is worth living. Thank you so much, my dear friends, because without Jojo John sir, I'm sure this wouldn't have been possible. Few take home messages that all of us can really work on. Accept challenges, accept situations, and accept yourself. Stick to the present, be mindful. Focus on the realistic expectations for yourself and the situation. Differentiate what you can do and what you cannot change. Take one step, then take the next. Rather than focusing on the worst case, think instead of what else is possible, and look for the lesson for every stumble that you had, and then rise back again. Thank you so much, friends, for being a patient listener. It was a wonderful sharing with you. This is my number. You can keep in touch with me. And over to you for your question and answers. So just give me a second. Yes.
Thank you, Vijay ma'am, for that exceptional rendering and for that outstanding PPT. We were fortunate to be a part of something super special today, ma'am. Thank you very much. No words. By the by, dear friends, all of you can chat which idea you liked most. Okay, that's really great. If you send your emoji, sending your emoji is great, but it's also important to tell our dear Vidya ma'am which idea you liked the most. Because at the very outset, she said she would be happy. She would be happy only if we practice something that she has shared today. That would only make her happy. And I would like to remind everyone, tomorrow evening we'll at 7 o'clock we'll be having a beautiful invited talk, an outstanding national webinar on artificial intelligence. Actually, it is a part of our technologically competence program, and the resource person is Vimal Gerald. And after vote of thanks and national anthem, the link of feedback will be shared here. Then you can fill in the feedback if you would like to have one E certificate. I hope Dr. Ansi will play the national anthem. Thank you. Now, some of, if you would like to add something, hurry up. We have to wind up in few minutes. So if you would like to add something, or if you would like to thank Dr. Vidya Iyer, it's your time now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. I guess there are some people who have raised their hands. Malu Pillai, Ajita Jaykumar. If you can start asking your
मैडम
question.
आपका स्लाइड नंबर 20 पे भी एक क्वेश्चन है, आप जब फ्री हो तो जरूर रिप्लाई कर दीजिएगा प्लीज.
कौन सा वाला भैया?
हाँ, स्लाइड नंबर 20, आइडेंटिफाई योरसेल्फ.
Okay, you want me to share that again?
यस मैडम, उसमें वो एक बार वापस रिपीट कर देंगे एक बार, उसमें आपने क्या प्रेजेंट किया था?
हाँ, एक मिनट मैं प्रेजेंट करती हूँ, एक मिनट. Can you see this?
यस मैडम.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Can I start?
अच्छा, ठीक है मैडम. जी जी
Thank you.
जी, थैंक यू मैडम.
Yeah, so the questions. Yes, Malu Pillai. Please unmute and ask. Yes, Esther. Friends, you need to unmute and ask your questions. John. Sarita.
Dear Vidya ma'am,
Yes.
I think they have raised their hands, not for queries. Many of them raised their hands to thank you. So they loved the presentation like that. Okay, that's what I understand.
Okay.
Any queries? If you have got any queries, kindly ask immediately now. Now there's a query in the chat, ma'am.
Ma'am, how can we break our comfort zone? Thank you, Suma, for that wonderful question. See, comfort zone is something which is going to keep you very complacent. It's going to keep you very comfortable. And you need to first find a great purpose which is going to push you out of your comfort zone. If there is no purpose, you will never want to get out. Let me give you an example to help you understand. Imagine it's a climax scene and there is a child on the other side of the room. The door to that room is full of fire. And then there is a person who's going through just seeing the child inside. At that time, that person does not know how to handle this. So he's not going to take a book and go through to find out how he's going to go through or break that wall or that door to enter and save the child. A next person can come who would say, okay, let me see how am I going to have the key to open the door to go on the other side. But if that child's father or mother or caregiver is on the other side, they would not need a book, they would not need a prompting, they would not need a key to enter. They would do anything and everything to break that door because their purpose is very important. It is not that they have had an experience of breaking a door or going through the fire or anything, but their purpose is very strong. We have to save that child who's crying and who's scared of the fire. So, Suma, if I have to answer this, how can I break a comfort zone? You need to first find your purpose. When you find your purpose, and if that purpose is an emotional dream for you, you will break your comfort zone and walk towards that. You will try to find ways and means of doing things to get there. So, to break the comfort zone, find the purpose. Find what is it that is going to help you reach that, and thereby you will break your comfort zone. Okay. Next, Feba has asked any connection between spiritualism and soft skill. I don't think so. On the straight question, I don't think so, because soft skill is something which we need to imbibe in various aspects. Spiritualism would come automatically because you're empathetic with people, you are going to work as a team, you're going to be nice to people, you're going to work towards leadership wherein you would develop some qualities that you would become a magnetic personality where people will get attracted towards you. So if you ask me on the surface, the answer is a no. But if you look into the depth of it, spiritualism is something which is intertwined in all of us, and until and unless we are good soul, we will not be able to grab that attention from people. So that is your answer, ma'am. I want to speak. Sure, I will share my number. This is my WhatsApp number, friends. You can drop in a message and I'll be able to speak. Sure.
Ma'am, I just want to
Yes.
speak here only. I'll just on my camera.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Vidya ma'am. Thank you for your, this is one of the beautiful sessions which I have ever come across. I'm coming from Hyderabad. Okay. And I'm also a soft skills trainer. And it was, I do understand there was an interrupt in between, but still you went on to complete that session. One of my colleague has shared this wonderful platform. And I can clearly see the experience, the slides, and I do understand as a soft skills trainer we put a lot of effort building the content and keeping the audience engaged. That too for 1.5 hours, it's a very big task. Appreciate your efforts. I'm very small person before you because you are like 29 years experience, and this session is very beautiful, ma'am. And I wish like in the upcoming days you with your inputs you, motivate us. And what else, I'm just falling short of the words to describe this session. Okay. Thank you very much for your lovely session. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I
Thank
have
you
one
so much,
I have
sir.
one question, ma'am. Sometimes we feel like how much hard the situation is. We put our best effort, but we are unable to come out of that particular situation. Now what we have to do in that? For example, I am in some problem. We always think about the problem, but not we don't think about the solution. Our mindset is like that generally, because human tendency is like we go on to think negatively rather than positively, especially when the environment is like that. Now what do you suggest, how the people should, for example, if I'm facing that problem, how we have to come out, not only for the benefit of me, for the benefit of others, the community, or the training fraternity who are here. So if you can throw some light, that would be really great, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the question. First of all, let me thank you with profuse gratitude for all those kind words you said. Truly means a lot to me. As you said, I take a lot of time in preparing the content, and you're very right in that. The answer to your question is two. So I will first say the first thing is why me for all the problems, right? So number one is that only two places you will not have any problems. One is in your mother's womb, because you don't know what's going around, and number two is in the tomb, where again you don't know, where nothing is going around. So these are the only places where you will not have any problems. Otherwise, between life and death, all of us, you, me, everybody has problems. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me give a different term to that. I will say we have challenges. Okay? So that's number one. So all of us have challenges, but I'll tell you, this is a secret which I got in 2002. So I'm sharing you a secret which I got 22 years back. And after getting that secret, That was the turning point in my life. So the secret is a prayer called Serenity Prayer. So if you can Google the prayer, it is very evident. But I will recite the prayer for you and explain it to you. The prayer goes like this: God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So if you are going through any challenge or I am going through any challenge, the first thing is it something that I can change? If I can't, then as I told you, God, give me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. That's number one. Number two, courage to change the things I can. So whatever it is within your control, you have to draw courage to change it. And number three, wisdom to know the difference. So at any challenges in front of you, can I change it? Can I not? If I can change it, I should leave no stone unturned till I complete the work I need to do. But if I know it is beyond me, then I accept that I cannot change and I leave God to give His divine intervention to change it. I can tell you I've been through multiple times in my life where I have faced a lot of challenges, and this simple prayer has been the game changer in all those challenging times. If there is something that I could have done about it, I would have gone all out to get that job done. So to reiterate your question, all of us have challenges, and yes, we need to develop a positive mental attitude to overcome that challenge. To develop that positive mental attitude, you need to say the serenity prayer, understand what are the things that you can control, take one day at a time, work towards it, appreciate yourself for all that hard work that you have done that day, push yourself a little more, go ahead and do some more work, keep appreciating, then do some more, appreciate, and thereby when you turn back and you see, you would have actually solved the problem itself, because there is no lock which cannot be opened by the key. And if there is a lock, there is a key. I hope I answered your question, Shastri.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
May I know, do we get another session, in the sense another session with me or another session on this platform? With you? Okay. Contact Jojo John sir, and I'm sure he would give me another opportunity. Thank you so much. I do keep giving lectures, so in case you want to know more about it, just ping me. I've shared my number. I will share it once again in case you didn't get that, and you can definitely.
Ma'am, I did share my number, so I did share. I did sorry, ping you on the WhatsApp. So if you have any upcoming programs, just let me know. Shastri,
Sure,
yes.
sir. I have programs every other day. I speak on various platforms. So I've shared my number. You can definitely WhatsApp me, and I will.
Yes, it's done, ma'am. Thank you very
We
much.
will have more sessions by Vidya ma'am in this platform itself, sir. We will have more sessions by ma'am, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Jojo John, sir. Thank you so much.
Now, shall we move on to vote of thanks?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
People
students.
are asking
Yes,
for the
students.
recording, sir. So I'm sure this session is recorded, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
share
Ma'am,
the recordings.
this is recorded and this will be given in YouTube as well, ma'am.
So I
Sure.
think you got your answer, Anshu. Thank you.
Anagha, please.
What a wonderful session. Now I call upon Arjun GM for the vote of thanks.
great. Really knocked out. It's really interesting, creative, and inspiring. Optimism. Very
Arjun, I think we are not able to hear you. Can you be a little more louder?
audible now.
I'm not sure if it's only for me or for everyone.
Hello.
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
no, it's audible.
Okay. Ma'am, it was really good time for all of us. Your session was very interesting, informative, and inspiring. And I promise you, ma'am, your insights will leave a lasting impact for all of us. And I express my sincere gratitude on behalf of Martha Effels Training College for this session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Arjun. Thank you.
That's why thank you, Dr. Jojo John, the principal of our college, for organizing such a wonderful session in this evening. Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, I thank all the participants of this session for making this a wonderful success. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Arjun, for that. The feedback is shared now. You can fill in the feedback. Thank you, Vidya ma'am, once again. Now, Dr. Ansi, are you there? Please, can you play the national anthem?
Thank you all. Now we can.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, Vidya ma'am. Thank you, entire participants. Thank you, dear students. Looking forward to meeting you again at 7 p.m. tomorrow for the session on